Well, hello everybody, welcome, my name is Rubydung, welcome to today's episode. As you can see, I'm over here at the main base. That is because I am going to begin work on something that I've been talking about working on for a bit now. I've gotten all the main systems up and running before the installation of this project, but I need to actually begin working on the project itself because over the last few episodes, I've been going through and putting in things like hoppers in order to have the sugarcane file into another part of the base. And I also decided to go through and also build the walkway that is going to be housing the area in which I can get over to the sugarcane area. Theoretically, I could have just had this been a floating platform in the center of the base. Nothing really complicated needed for it, but I would much rather access areas of my base just in case something goes wrong. I'd prefer not to have to pillar out to a certain part of the base every single time something breaks on it, which hopefully won't be often, but I would still much rather not have to pillar out the weird parts of the base just because something went wrong. But in today's episode, I am going to begin the actual construction of the farm because I have all the systems nice and in place, and I think it is finally time to get that farm installed. So, I am probably going to begin on two things. Number one, probably the little hopper thing going all the way out to where the collection system will actually be operating. And number two, going to be the farm off in this direction. So, I am going to begin by the construction of the farm. So I'm going to begin setting out some stone slabs, and I'll be back with you guys hopefully with a good platform to actually begin work. Alright, after a little bit of building here, I have built the platform going all the way out from where the hoppers are, and I built a little landing area, and this is going to be where the sugarcane is. So this little area here is going to go way up, and it's going to go a little bit this direction of full length of the redstone. I'm thinking that I'm going to have a contraption in the center for a timer, and then I'm going to have it go a little bit further, but I'm going to need to do some measuring. So I'm going to need to figure out how far redstone signals go again, which is very easy. I believe it's like 13 blocks or so, somewhere around that, but that is something I could easily figure out if I so wanted it. Matter of fact, I can figure this out right now because all I have to do is, I believe 13 is the number I'm looking for, so all I have to do is run this signal down that far, and then if I place one more, boom, 14, doesn't go, wait, hold up, no, it does go 14, 15, 16, okay, so it doesn't go 16, how on earth did I mess that up so badly? Let me try that one more time, let me make sure I get all the redstone up, don't want to lose any of that. But, let me just try that one more time. So I want it to be 16, so I'm going to have 17 placed here. Just going full length down the line. In which case, yeah, last two are dead. Okay, so that is 16. So it goes for 15 blocks, meaning that one of my little stains here will have to go for a total of 15 blocks, so that way there is a full signal. And then I'll have a contraption in the center in order to have the actual clock. What's floating up there? How did that get lost? Why am I placing wood? I should be placing dirt. Huh, I'm curious as to how that occurred. Interesting, okay. But I am now going through here and putting in the actual little systems. These need to expand down for quite a way. It's going to have to make quite a bit more pistons. Then I'm going to be using a clock. I debated on that for quite heavily. Also, in case you're curious, you might be looking at this and be like, where on earth am I putting the water? I'm going to be putting it down the middle here. So the sugarcane is going to get pushed into the center here, and it's going to get pushed into a floating water stream that is going all the way down. So what I have to do now is that I'm going to be building this out a total of 15 blocks now. So this is a total of, let me get the blocks here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. So that's how far they are going to span in. And now I want to do this in the opposite direction, meaning that I now have this a total of 15 blocks back, meaning that I'm going to want to have this be a total of 7 blocks out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, meaning that there's going to be one more on this side, but I'm probably going to wind up doubling that, meaning that's going to be 15 blocks from this area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I did that the wrong way. Placing the bottom. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. That way, it is going to be a double spanning on the same side, so that way I can get full length on both. So, with that placed in, I'm going to begin expanding this platform out and be back with you guys, hopefully with the full platform in. Alright, I've gone through and I have significantly extended what is the actual little platform area. I'm probably going to have to ender pearl my way out into a better position. Boop. But I have made significant extensions, as you can see here. So far, it's just the dirt platforms and a couple of the actual pistons, only for about 1 or 2 layers. I believe I actually got 2 layers of pistons. Yeah, 2 layers of pistons. Actually, it's probably closer to, like, half a layer, but yeah. Anyways, I have been going through here and significantly extending. I think this is going to be the height and the depth of the new sugarcane farm. In which case, the water will be going between these lanes. The piston and redstone is going to wind up being on these lanes here. And then, obviously, after I put in all the water, I'm going to have to put the sugarcane in each of these individual rows. I have almost the entire rows done. I just need to get a little bit extra for the little top blocks that are going to be going all the way up here. And I'm going to need significantly more redstone. This is all the redstone I have on me in that I have left in item form. So I'm going to have to do a lot more mining again. Oh my gosh. Mining for redstone because I have completely ran out again. I hate it. In which case I could instead trade for redstone. But the trade deal is typically not very good. For those who don't know, redstone typically trades for about, I'm going to have to make a guess here, but somewhere around 1 emerald for 2 redstone. And currently, that is not the best deal considering how I do not have an absolutely amazing emerald farm right now. Currently, it's me having to work with a subpar sugarcane farm, but what I currently have running up there, that is going to be about half the farm, I'm thinking. Approximately half. I'm wanting to make it as extendable as possible, particularly vertically. I'm wanting it to be as vertically extendable as possible, but for right now, that is probably, I think, a fairly good scale. But before I settle on that, I am wanting to do some measurements of my current sugarcane farm, because my current sugarcane farm, I don't know how good it is. Currently, it is working on a clock, and I'm not sure as to... I've got about half a chest here or so. I would prefer a little bit... Actually, it's less than half a chest. That's I guess, actually, it's 2/3 of a chest, not a double chest, though. But yeah, what I'm currently wanting to do is I'm wanting to map out how big my current sugarcane farm is, and then compare it to how big the one I'm currently making is, because that is kind of important, at least in my opinion. Ooh, I broke a torch, apparently. Ooh. Let me go ahead and replace those bricks. Yeah, there we go. It's nice and fixed now. But I need to get all the way up here and determine how big my current sugarcane farm is, so that way I at least have a sense of scale. So it goes for, this is 2 layers, and it is approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay. 23 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 by 23, 2 layers. So I'm going to do some quick math on that real quick, because 23, that you're looking at 230 plus 23 again. Then you would be looking at the double layers, so you would be looking at 253 or so, something like that. Actually, yeah, 253, and then you would be wanting doubling that, so you would probably be looking at 506. So it's about 506 plants that are currently in there. I think my system's probably going to wind up being more than that, but let me do a quick count up on the new one. Alright, doing a little bit of math real quick. So this is dimensionally a 12 by 15 by 7, making this 1,260 compared to 506. So this is already more than double. Matter of fact, I probably can put one more layer in here, and that should take it up an extra some amount. I kind of put myself on the spot there a little bit. You're never supposed to do that. Let's see. I can do the math here real quick. So that's going to wind up being 30. So that's going to wind up being times 6. Okay, double that again. So it's going to wind up being 60 times 3. So I can easily do that by hand. So it's going to be 180. So that's going to wind up being an extra 180, taking that up to, that's going to be approximately plus the actual 40, so that's going to be an extra 40, so it's going to be 113, so it's going to be 1430, I believe. No, 1440, actually. 1440, which I think is a good number because that's almost triple the rates, meaning that in this time, a double chest would have filled. So down there, that was a double chest was about 1/3 full, meaning that with a triple rate, a double chest would have filled during that time. So I think that is an absolutely significantly better rate, but honestly, I could do with it extending it even further, but I think that is perfectly fine for now. So I'm just going to wind up leaving this how it is, maybe add one extra layer, but I now need to go ahead and begin crafting up a whole ton of pistons, and I mean a whole ton of them. Because, good God, there's going to be a ton of pistons that are needed for this build. Matter of fact, the math that I just did there, that is the number of sugarcane plants that is going to wind up being in there. And there is one piston for each sugarcane plant, meaning that for this entire build, I am going to be needing over 1,000, close to 1,500 pistons. Which each piston requires 1 iron and 1 redstone, meaning that I'm going to need a whole bunch more redstone, which means I'm either going to need to trade for it, or I'm going to need to dig for it. Now, I think I'm probably going to have to wind up digging for that, sadly. Something I hate doing in game. Mining is, weirdly enough, despite it being, like, half the title, crafting's a lot more fun than mining. Building things is significantly more fun than getting rid of things. Who would have guessed? But anyways, guys, that's probably going to be doing it for today's episode. I have to get a whole bunch of mining in. I probably should grab another new pick now that I think about it. But I am going to be going around and doing a whole bunch of mining. I probably should set up a new mine shaft at some point. That's going to have to be a future episode, I'm sure. Is be digging out an area for a new mine shaft. Let's see. Let's go with this boy. But since I'm having to go out and begin doing some mining, that is probably, and also I think I hit a good time slot to begin ending off today's episode. I think that's going to be a good point to hit it for today. So, if you guys want to see me do anything in particular, please be sure to tell me. I always love hearing your guys' suggestions. There is always a billion things that I always can wind up doing in a given episode, and this is a sandbox game, so there is an infinite number of ideas that I can always wind up doing regardless. But with me nice and saying all of that, guys, that's probably going to be doing it for today's episode. I do hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys here in the next one. So long. See ya. Oh, bye! Oh, there's some redstone over here.